Today, we're tracking a mega winter storm, an event defined by its massive scale and complexity. These storms are not just bigger versions of regular winter weather, they are meteorological powerhouses that can reshape entire landscapes and disrupt millions of lives in their path. Unlike typical storms, a megastorm stretches across multiple states and even countries, delivering everything from heavy snow and ice to torrential rain and fierce winds. The sheer reach of these systems means that, while one region is buried under feet of snow, another might be battling flash floods or hurricane-force gusts. These storms can paralyze entire regions, not just cities, for days. Highways become impassable, airports shut down, and daily life grinds to a halt as communities hunker down and wait for the worst to pass. What sets them apart is their ability to pull in huge amounts of moisture, often from thousands of miles away. This moisture is the fuel that powers relentless snowfall, freezing rain, and even thunderstorms embedded within the storm. These megastorms interact with different air masses over a vast area, creating dramatic temperature swings and unpredictable weather. Cold, Arctic air collides with warm, moist air from the south, setting the stage for explosive weather events. Imagine a giant with long arms, one dropping feet of snow in the Rockies, shutting down mountain passes, and isolating towns for days at a time. Another unleashing floods along the coast, where relentless rain and storm surge threaten homes and infrastructure. The energy in these systems can rival hurricanes, but over a much larger battlefield. Winds can topple trees and power lines hundreds of miles from the storm's center, while blinding snow and ice make travel treacherous. This late November, early December storm is especially notable for its size, stretching from the Pacific Northwest all the way to the Gulf of Mexico, and even reaching into the heart of Mexico itself. The variety of impacts expected across the US and Mexico is staggering. Snowdrifts in the north, flooding rains in the south, and everything in between. No two communities will experience this storm in exactly the same way. It's not just a bigger storm, it can shift weather patterns hundreds of miles away, pulling Arctic air south and plunging regions into deep freezes that can last for days or even weeks. At the same time, it draws tropical moisture north, fueling heavy precipitation and making the storm even more unpredictable and dangerous. Emergency services and utilities across multiple regions must prepare for unique, simultaneous challenges. Crews work around the clock to keep roads clear, restore power, and respond to emergencies as conditions rapidly change. The scale of this event demands early coordinated action and heightened awareness. Disaster response teams must communicate across borders and jurisdictions, sharing information and resources to keep people safe. This is a continental event, requiring continental attention. As the storm unfolds, its story will be written in snow, rain, wind, and the resilience of the people who face it together. When the world's top weather models, American, European, and Canadian, all agree on a major storm, it's not just a routine forecast. It's a rare moment when science, technology, and experience converge to send a unified warning. These models, each using different data and methods, are all pointing to the same outcome. A significant weather event is on the horizon. That's why it's time to pay close attention. People across the region are already tuning in, checking updates, and feeling the weight of what's coming. This isn't just another winter storm. This is a system that could disrupt daily life for millions. This rare model consensus boosts our confidence. A large, powerful, and unusually slow-moving system is set to develop over western North America. The agreement between models means forecasters can speak with more certainty than usual, even days in advance. The models show a deep, low-pressure center drawing in vast amounts of Pacific moisture, colliding with a surge of cold air from the north. This combination is a classic recipe for intense winter weather, heavy snow, strong winds, and potentially hazardous conditions. As this system unfolds, it's setting the stage for a major winter outbreak. Mountain regions could see feet of snow, while cities and towns may face blizzard conditions, travel disruptions, and power outages. While details like timing and exact location may shift, as new data comes in, the big picture remains clear. A significant storm is coming and it's likely to impact a wide area. This level of agreement is unusual for a forecast a week out, making this alert both urgent and highly credible. Meteorologists are emphasizing the need for early action. We're moving from watch and wait to inform and prepare. Now is the time to check emergency kits, review family plans, and make sure you have what you need to stay safe. The world's best forecasting tools are sending a clear message. Millions need to get ready. Preparation starts now, and taking action early can make all the difference when the storm arrives. Timing matters, and models are zeroing in on November 30th to December 2nd for the storm's peak impact. The system will begin organizing over the Pacific by November 29th, with conditions worsening through the weekend. Unlike fast-moving storms, this one will linger, delivering prolonged heavy snow, ice, or rain. Mountain regions could see feet of snow, lower elevations face flooding rains. Sunday, December 1st looks to be the most intense day. As the storm moves east, its effects will spread into the plains and Midwest. This is a multi-day event. Impacts will shift but not end after Monday. Even small timing shifts could change whether you get rain, ice, or snow. Mark your calendars and start preparing for a major disruptive winter event. The storm's vast reach means diverse impacts across the U.S. Mountainous areas in California, Arizona, and New Mexico could see heavy, wet snow, even at elevations that rarely get it this early. The Rockies and Intermountain West may get feet of snow, creating blizzard conditions and travel hazards. The Pacific Northwest faces a mix of mountain snow and valley rain or ice. On the southern side, intense Pacific moisture could trigger flooding rains in California, and later the southern plains. Strong winds will be widespread, causing blinding drifts, downed trees, and power outages. From the coast to the high plains, residents should brace for a full spectrum of winter hazards. This is winter's arsenal. Unleashed. This storm's reach extends into northern Mexico, where heavy rain is the main threat. Baja California and Sonora are in the direct path, facing intense rainfall on already saturated ground, raising the risk of floods and landslides. Cities like Tijuana, Mexicali, and Hermosillo could see urban and flash flooding. The rain shield may extend into Chihuahua and Sinaloa, delivering a season's worth of rain in days. Cold air could bring rare snow and ice to the highest peaks of the Sierra Madre Occidental, creating hazardous conditions. Strong winds will sweep the region, damaging infrastructure and worsening marine conditions. The combination of wind, rain, and mountain snow makes this a complex, dangerous event. Immediate preparation is essential for northern Mexico. To truly understand the origins of this powerful storm, we need to look high above the surface of the Earth, where the jet stream flows, a fast-moving, meandering river of air that circles the globe at altitudes miles above us. The jet stream is not just a simple wind. It's a dynamic force that shapes our weather patterns, guiding storms and influencing temperatures across continents. The jet stream's looping Rossby waves are the true drivers of our weather. These vast, undulating waves act as boundaries, separating frigid polar air from much warmer air to the south. When these waves become especially pronounced, they can set the stage for dramatic weather events, as cold and warm air masses are forced to interact. At this moment, weather models reveal a massive, deep trough forming in the jet stream over western North America. This trough acts like a giant scoop, pulling icy Arctic air far to the south, while at the same time drawing warm, moisture-laden air from the tropics northward. The collision of these air masses is what gives rise to powerful storms. This dramatic clash between cold and warm air is the engine that fuels the storm's immense power. The greater the temperature difference, the more energy is available for the storm to intensify, leading to severe weather conditions on the ground. The deeper and more pronounced the trough in the jet stream, the stronger the resulting storm becomes. In this case, the trough is exceptionally deep, signaling the potential for a truly significant weather event that could break records. The dynamics of the jet stream will create intense upward motion in the atmosphere, helping to form a powerful surface low at the very heart of the storm. This low-pressure center acts as a magnet, drawing in more air and moisture, and further amplifying the storm's strength. Because the Rossby wave is so large and far-reaching, the impacts of this storm will be felt from the frozen Arctic all the way down to Mexico, and from the Pacific coast to the Central Plains. This is not just a local event, it's a continent-wide phenomenon. What makes this storm even more remarkable is its slow movement. The sluggish pace means the system will linger over affected areas, drawing in energy and moisture for days on end, and prolonging hazardous conditions. All the ingredients are in place for a textbook, continent-spanning event, one that will test the resilience of communities across North America and remind us of the incredible power of the atmosphere. This megastorm is a new separate event, not a continuation of recent weather in the southwest and northern Mexico. The earlier extratropical cyclone was smaller and less intense. The upcoming storm, driven by a massive jet stream buckle, will be larger, stronger, and more widespread. It will tap deeper cold air and more tropical moisture, producing heavier snow, more ice, and broader flooding. Don't confuse the two. Complacency could be dangerous. The meteorological setup is fundamentally different, promising much greater impacts. Reset your expectations. This is an escalation, not a repeat. Prepare for a storm unlike anything seen in recent years. Long-range forecasts always carry uncertainty. The atmosphere is chaotic, and small changes can have big effects. But this time, model agreement is unusually strong, giving us higher confidence than usual. The signal for a major storm is clear, even if details like snow totals and rain lines will shift as the event nears. As we get closer, models will refine the specifics: who gets the heaviest snow, the worst ice, or the most flooding. A small track shift can mean a big difference for your area. This early alert is about the big picture. A major, disruptive event is likely. Start thinking about preparedness now. Stay tuned for updates as the forecast sharpens. We've covered the science, timing, and impacts of this developing megastorm. The models agree. A high-impact event is likely between November 30th and December 2nd. Now is the time to take the threat seriously and prepare. Have a plan, assemble essentials, and get your home and vehicle ready. Adjust travel plans to avoid the storm's peak. The forecast will evolve. Stay connected to reliable weather sources. Pay attention to local news and official alerts. Our goal is your safety. Early action makes a difference. The atmosphere is sending a clear signal. A major storm is coming. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and be ready. We'll keep you updated every step of the way.